Columbus State Community College students. So all of the resources that our on-campus students have are also available to you, okay? To find our library website, for starters, off of the cscc.edu main page, here under academics, and then just choose library. Most of the resources at Columbus State kind of do the name of the resource .cscc.edu, so we're library.csc. And admissions, registration, they'll all work like that. You can navigate the site, or you can use this little magnifying glass on the site where you can do a search for anything that you're looking for, okay? The first thing I want to make sure you guys know is where we are and when we're open. Have any of you been on campus at all? No? Okay. And you may not go on campus while you're taking classes here. That's perfectly fine. You still have access to all the things that we have, and I'll even show you how to bring the things on campus to you here, okay? If you do go on campus, there's a great big white Christopher Columbus statue in the center of campus, and we're in Columbus Hall right next to that. Columbus Hall is 3 floors, and all 3 levels are the library. There's just one door in and out, so you can't get too lost. So we right now are on break. So our regular hours, actually we generally do Monday through Thursday, 7:30 in the morning till 10 at night. Fridays we do close at 6, but then Saturdays we're open 9 to 4. So that could be of use to you guys if you want to do a Saturday trip to campus. In our building, we also have the multimedia support. So they do a lot of the specialized software in a special lab on first floor. So your major Adobe things, if you do like photography, graphic design, digital courses, they are there to help you with that. So they're open similar hours. Also, you actually have access to the Delaware campus too. So if that's closer to you than downtown, feel free to use that. Delaware campus is all in one building, but it does have a library portion that you're able to use too. So that's where we are and when we're there. Again, because you probably won't make it to campus, we do have our phone numbers and our email listed on the website too. The staff directory is there, so you're always welcome to email me. I'm just W Harper 2. But we have a general reference email, that refdesk@cscc.edu. We staff throughout all of our open hours, so you'll know when to expect kind of an answer back. So feel free to use that, or the phone numbers for either Columbus or Delaware campus. On the website itself, you're going to end up using mostly 2 sections, the research help and the find books and more. The research help has a section of research guides, and those, in a second, there we go. Those we have on academic topics, which tend to follow the programs and the degrees that we offer on campus. So you'll find firefighting, you'll find nursing, you'll find education, all of those. Research support has some various things that just kind of don't fit anywhere, but you might find some useful ones there. And then course guides, we actually collect resources that are a good match for different courses, or even specific assignments too. Sometimes instructors will ask for that. So we'll give links to databases that are perfect for that topic, or websites, or books, or any other things that we can think of that work for that class. Now you guys will probably be in this course guide section for the composition reading bank. Comp 1 and Comp 2 previously had 2 textbooks that our students had to purchase. And I realize you guys don't purchase your textbooks here, which is good for you. Now our students on campus only purchase 1 textbook, and then the other one's been replaced by this reading bank. The reading bank is something that we call an OER, or Open Educational Resource. So colleges, not just us, but lots of colleges have recognized that the textbook costs have really been inhibiting sometimes the number of courses students can take, because the textbooks are really, really expensive. Like $170 for this 1 textbook, and you add that up, that gets to be a lot. So these open educational resources have been constructed by instructors that look for openly shared Creative Commons licensed things out on the web, and sometimes we'll put them into an ebook. In this case, it's just a list of links to readings. But as you guys look at other colleges for beyond high school, that's an important student service that you might want to ask about, because that will actually make a big impact for your college costs. Also, under the research help, still with the guides, the quick and tech guides, as these come up, these are useful when you're writing your papers. You might be late at night, you don't have access to some of the things you might have left behind at school. This would be like how to format a paper in MLA format, how to do your citations. So some people do like to print them out and have them with their other course materials. If you prefer to do it digitally, they're always right here under the quick and tech guides. The find books and more section is going to be where we're going to find books and more. See, we're really smart like that. So the top part is actually our catalogs. The first one is the Columbus State catalog. So for us, again, we've got the 3 floors for the library. The 3rd floor houses our collection that you can check out. 2nd floor has our reference materials. So you can imagine just one floor does not have enough to service 20-some thousand students. So we actually partner with other colleges, about 90 of them, colleges and universities across the state, into OhioLink. So we have our collection in our building, but we can also get you items from Ohio University, University of Toledo, Cincinnati, and get those sent here. And not necessarily sent here meaning our campus, but we could get them sent to your local public library. How many of you have a public library card? Okay, those are good things to have because we can get all of these things from other colleges sent to Dublin branch of the library. You can just stop and pick them up, okay? As an example, this has been a good example for us. So I typed in animal behavior. And in our catalog, we have not only our books, but we also have ebooks. So the first things that are actually coming up, because they're the newest, are the ebooks. After that, I do start to see one of the physical books here, which I'll click on, and say, yes, great, it's in, I could check it out, or I could use this Search OhioLink connection, and it will show me the other colleges that own that. Great, it's in at other places too. I could make a request. Now, if I know that I could get to campus to pick up the book, fine. Go ahead and use your Cougar ID and do that. But if you want to use your public library card, I'm just going to pick Columbus Metropolitan Library. And I just need to put in my name and my library barcode number and say I'm going to pick it up at Dublin, okay? So you do have to plan ahead. Usually we like to say on the safe side about 5 business days, so you need to plan ahead. But remember, you don't necessarily have to use the whole book in an assignment. You might only use one chapter is most useful to you. You'll just mark that with your citations, okay? So this actually is just kind of a nice way to show you the number of resources you have available to you. We do actually also have, get back to this. Again, those of you that use your public library, you know that you can put requests on items and get them sent. And then they can go outside of that to other libraries in the central Ohio area. We actually can do a similar thing to OhioLink for public libraries. So Search Ohio can even tap into public libraries in Cleveland or Cincinnati area. So you've got a lot of resources to choose from. You should be able to find something that you can use for just about any topic. And some of your instructors will actually require a actual physical book. Some will take an ebook as a resource, but some want an actual print resource. So it's good to know how you guys can access those. A lot of your research, though, is going to come from the databases. And like Ms. Eicher was talking about using Google to search, most people, yes, that's the first thing we do. You may find in some of your results, as you've been writing some papers for other classes, you get results that are really like scholarly journal articles, and you start clicking through, and then it tells you, okay, you can read this for $14.99. At that point, stop. You are college students. You have access to college resources for free, okay? Make a note of the journal and the title of the article, and then come into the databases, because you should be able to access most all of those things without paying anyone for them. Do not ever pay for your research materials. The first one, actually, just to show you, you've got 200 databases that you get access to. The first one is just an easy one to demonstrate. This Academic Search Complete. If I were one of you at home searching in this, the first thing that's going to come up is a little box that's going to ask, I think, for your last name and your Cougar ID, which your Cougar ID, your last name, your username, and your password are the 4 best things to remember to get into any of these resources. If I were, it's not going to fill in for me here. If I do just one search here, just one search in one database, I get already over 1,000 different options of resources to use. I can narrow it down by how old I want them to be, if I want them to be journals, because now, as opposed to InfoHio in your high school, how many of you guys work with your high school librarians or teachers to use InfoHio? I know it was more than that, but you guys are tired, so that's okay. So the databases should look relatively familiar, but you're gonna get access again to more things. You're gonna have the popular magazines, you're gonna start to see some what we call trade journals or magazines related to your career. So nursing journals, engineering, education, social work magazines. Then you're also gonna find your research articles. You might hear them called scholarly journals, academic journals, peer-reviewed journals. It's all the same thing. So I could narrow my search to what kind of article I want. Just to show you, again, this can all be done without coming onto campus, okay? So I go into this article, I can get a little description, I can see some other search words that I might want to use instead. I can see I've got access to the full text and I'm not paying for it because I'm a college student. I could print it, I can email it, I can even save it in my Google Drive. There is no reason to not have some good resources for your assignments, okay? You guys will be able to find all sorts of things. Now I recognize that right now it's kind of a lot of stuff to throw at you very quickly. I want to make sure it's at least familiar to you when you start your classes. Feel free, you can email and call us. One other thing that you would find in the library too, as far as resources, would be our writing center, which you guys can use. Did I already tell you guys about that? No? Okay, that's on the first floor. As you walk in, it's off on the right. You make an appointment. They can work with you on your paper. They're not just going to proofread or tell you what to write next, but they'll sit and work with you through that. So you can do that in person on campus if you'd like. They do have their Saturday hours. Or once you're in on Blackboard and in your classes, you'll end up seeing an N in your course, and that's for net tutors. That's online tutoring for science, math, social studies, and even English. So you could send your paper to an instructor who can communicate with you through email if you can't get onto campus, okay? So you guys will have access to a lot of things, okay? You still, of course, have your high school resources, but feel free, anything on campus. If you're not sure where to turn, go ahead and call or email us at the library too, and we can get you whatever resources you need, okay? Everybody still good? Okay, all right, thank you guys.